important to have a plan and understand what your goals are.
In fact, my camel out there is suffering right now with a broken back.
So I actually found Pepe when it was only a couple of hours old, and I'm like, oh, this is a funny meme.
Oh my god.
Yo! Who is this DJ?
The old man is swing trading over years at a time. And it's like, that's where the real money is made.
The answer is a permanent loss. With single-sided staking, you don't have to worry about impermanent loss.
And really, at the end of the day, it's just the matter of a macro market. It's just what happens.
If you're aware, if you're disciplined, you can hone that into further financial growth.
Financial freedom, so we can actually live life and not have to be constantly living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, that's the ultimate goal, more or less, right?
So you know what's crazy, guys, is that I didn't even think that you would be hopping in here, Zenith, because I didn't even post the links to the show in the leadership channel, where we normally post the link. So it's a mysterious and awesome Whiskey Wednesday. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crypto degenerates, ducks and squirrels, welcome to this special edition of Whiskey Wednesday. It was going to be just a quick little me saying hello. What's up, guys? I've got nothing to tell you, and nothing's going on, and I don't know anything that's happening. And then Zenith showed up, and I was just on the phone with Sam, and I was like, yo, bro, you want to just fucking hop on Whiskey Wednesday? And he was like, hell yeah. So it's like, it was going to be a solo show. And now we've got homies. Now we've got the whole family here. Oh, and by the way, guys, if you don't know, it is Crypto Black Sheep's birthday today. So make sure you go over to the Degen Protocol Telegram chat and wish him a happy motherfucking birthday. But yeah, welcome to the show, everybody. For those of you guys that are watching us, all of our loyal Degens and Degenettes, those of you guys that watch us every single weekend, I have put out zero advertisements or zero links or anything. I haven't even posted this in the Degen Roundtable Family Telegram chat. So it's a good time. It's an excellent time. Welcome, everybody. For those of you guys who don't know me, my name is Will Stevenson. I'm one of the hosts for the Degen Roundtable, and I like to roam around the countryside building TV and radio towers. We're joined tonight by my good friend Zenith. Zenith is the Degen Roundtable's government and legal analyst, and he is here gracing us with his presence. Zenith is almost never present for Whiskey Wednesday, so this is awesome. We're going to ask him what he's drinking here in a second. I've got an entire smorgasbord of alcohols that I'm drinking, and we're also joined by my beautiful and wonderful and powerful brother over here, Sam from Rapid Designs. He is in his mobile studio. We can see. Dude, this is a good Whiskey Wednesday. This is an awesome time, bros. I am super excited and ready to have it. Zenith Broski, how are you doing, dude? What is new and exciting with you?
Good to see you, my man. I think I'm back. We're finally back. Had the last wedding happen in California again.
So fun.
No travel hiccups this time. And now I think the only other thing I got planned is going to Washington for 4th of July. But outside of that, I am ready to get back into the full swing of things when it comes to streaming and everything crypto. So I'm looking forward to it. And then tonight, the only things I had prepped for you is quick market update, because we are at an interesting point, the 60-day cycle, and a small Warhammer 40K update, because the new edition's coming out. And I just wanted to tease all the cool stuff you can get.
Dude, I am stoked. I don't know if you're aware of this, but also Pulse Chain is in the fucking dumps, man. So that's another fun one as well. I don't know if you're aware.
Like,
is that part of your market update?
A more recent movement or what?
Oh, dude, there was a whale that dumped like hundreds of millions of hex and like brought the price down like 30%. So the whole ecosystem is fucked. We went from like we are sub $1,000 for a million hex. It used to be the price was floating around like $1,200 for a million hex, and now I think we're at like $700 or $800 for a million hex. So what that means is that yeah, for hex. And so like because like hex is tied into everything because of the liquidity web and all that stuff, it just brought the entire ecosystem down. Let me pull up a I don't have any charts that don't have doxing information on it. But anyways, if you hop on Dex Screener and you look up hex, dude, oh man, these last couple of days has just been fucking incredibly like devastating. And there's starting to be a little bit of a pullback, but you know, it's quite amusing. So maybe we can check that out in the market updates. But before we do that, see how Brother Sam is doing. Brother Sam, welcome to the DGen Roundtable, dude. It's been a while since we've had you on the show. What's up? What's new and exciting with you?
Thanks, guys. It's great to be on here. I am chilling in the traveling racing van,
Yes.
and I am at the Mountain States Cup in Angel Fire, New Mexico for the premier first race. They're bringing the seats. They're bringing the race series back. They're going to have the coolest announcers from Red Bull out here announcing the race. It's going to be a great time. And I'm going to ride my bike fast down the mountain and hopefully not injure myself. And I'm just excited to be out here and have the ability to join my wonderful brother on such a great streaming platform such as the DGen Roundtable.
Yes, indeed. We are the greatest. We are the best. I actually, hang on. We're gonna take a quick moment to peel away from our normally scheduled programming. I have a bit of a tale of victory for you guys. So I was doing some stuff earlier today, and I went ahead and made a thingamajigger, and so I'm going to share with you guys this beautiful decal. We have an official Department of State for the nation of the DGen Roundtable. We have an official Department of State logo for the DGens of the DGen Roundtable. I'm not changing the background right now. I have clicked the background change, and nothing is happening. Okay, there we go. Now the background is changing. That is strange. Is the background changed for you guys?
Yeah.
This is okay. But yes, this is the nation of the DGen Roundtable Department of State seal for our very, very official DGen Roundtable nation that I have created. I actually started the nation of the DGen Roundtable on April 1st, on April Fool's Day. So I don't know what all goes into a nation, but it's actually not that difficult to start a nation. It just you'd say it exists and it exists. And so we have some founding documents. We have some we have our coat of arms. We have just a whole bunch of things, and I'm just kind of spearheading this crazy project. And it's not there's like nothing official having to do with this, but I wanted a license plate made for being a diplomat for the DGen Roundtable, and so I had to create this seal for our DGen Roundtable Department of State for our nation. And as of now, I suppose I am the only diplomat for the DGen Roundtable nation, but. Yeah, it's like per Title 18 of the U.S. Code. It's like there's all sorts of things that you can do to create a nation. It doesn't have to be filed anywhere. It doesn't have to be recognized. As long as you exist at peace with the United States, like there's just so few legal requirements. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. It was just a fun little thing that I had done earlier today, and so I wanted to share that with you guys. So congratulations to everybody in the DGen Roundtable Nation, for those of you guys that were already members and things of it.
Wait, what happens when you don't want to be at peace with the United States of America?
That's where it gets real sketchy.
Well, that would be pretty foolish now, wouldn't it?
That it would.
It'd be a very beneficial thing to do, to decide to not be at peace with the United States of America. I mean, you also have to look up like what is at peace. And this like requires going down a whole rabbit hole of like Black's Law definition for like peace, for legal like things, like what is peace, and like all sorts of things. But anyways, I'm kind of like going down this weird little world of learning the legal system, learning about like all sorts of stuff having to do with citizenship and how to be a good like person of a country, and like what are laws, and like what are assumptions versus like realities, and all sorts of things, and like how do people make arguments and do all. It's just this weird little world that I'm traveling down, and so that's a part of it. But before we get into all of that, before we get into the chat shoutouts, we've all got alcohol tonight. And one of the things that we do on the Whiskey Wednesday alcohol times is we show the audience at home and we describe what is the alcohol we're consuming. So, Brother Sam, since you're the panel, you're the guest tonight. What kind of boozkies are you sipping on, good sir?
Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present to you the Twisted Tea. It feels good to be twisted.
It does
And
indeed feel good.
This is not good for pregnant women or children. And they also don't list the ingredients or the calories and stuff on here, which as I'm finding to be surprising.
I will say that it's
that a
one part
thing?
twist and 2 parts tea. Yeah. Alcohol is generally not labeled for individual consumption. You would have to find the box. So that is the standard. And just so you guys know, Brother Sam almost never drinks alcohol. So I think that this is probably a special occasion. Sam has drank, I think, 3 times in the 20 something years that I have known him. and yeah, so Brother Sam almost never drinks. So this is gonna be a good one. This will be a fun one.
So
Zenith, what are
Will's
you
really
sipping on?
excited.
I am excited. I am. This is quite fun. Z, what are you drinking, broski?
I'm drinking some fine Woodford Reserve. Just a small glass,
Ooh.
anyways.
We got some Woodford. That's the fancy stuff.
Well,
I
it's
do
like
like-
mid-grade, I guess.
I do like the Woodford Reserve. I've got no problems with it. I happen to be drinking a fancy thing, and I've got to put up a fancy background here to show you guys what I am drinking from. I am drinking a Miller High Life with a special cap. It's a fucking, it's like a little soldier hat. It's a little 3D printed 3D printed soldier hat that you can put on a bottle, and when it's drinking time, you just fucking tilt it up like that, and then you can drink. And then when it's no drinking time, you put it back on, and there he is saluting. So I just thought that was absolutely hilarious, and so I bought some of them from a 3D printer guy. I'm having some Miller High Lifes, as well as a Beatbox Juicy Mango, which I have no idea what they are. I just saw it and it was a pretty green color, and I was like wishing for green candles, so I bought it while I was in the store just like 30 minutes ago. And then I've of course got Labatt Blue Canadian Pilsner. Shout out to the Northeast. So that's what I am sipping on tonight. So we're having some good things. Folks in the audience, folks in the chats, if you guys are sipping on some fun stuff, if you guys are sipping on some cool things, then let us know in the comments what you guys are having. And speaking of comments, we've got a chat motherfucking shout out, a single chat motherfucking shout out tonight. Ladies and germs, we are joined by my good friend from the Marine Corps, Mr. Slide 180, Mr. Josh. So welcome to the show, broski. It is good to have you, good sir. Shout out to you, and shout out to you indeed. In fact, I do happen to have, it was going to be a surprise, Josh, but I have 2 of these, and the other one is for you. So next time I'm down in Texas, then you get this little you get another one of these saluting beer topper lid things. So surprise is no longer a surprise. It's for you, broski. But yeah, so that's what's going on for Whiskey Wednesday. Oh, and shout out, by the way, to again to Mr. Degen Protocol Chris. It is his birthday today. I believe he's turning 13 years old. So shout out to him. Here's one for Mr. Chris from the Degen Protocol. We hope you have an excellent birthday, broski, and yeah, take it easy, man. I hope you're doing great. But we were having some conversation, Sam and I, before we hopped on the stream, and I think that we were talking about bikes and things. And I actually, man, I can't remember what were we chatting about, Sam. What were you on about? We'll cover this for a little bit. Basically, sort of kind of like the stuff you're doing over there in Angel Fire, and then we'll hop on into the market update with Mr. Zenith. So Sam, go ahead and tell us a little bit. And I have to feed Mama Dog because she is starting to scratch at the dog food bag. So I'm still here, but I'm off
Heck
camera.
yeah. Quick shout out to Wyatt from MG Construction over in California. He commented on my Instagram and said, "Whiskey Wednesdays, I'm at the bar right now."
Attaboy.
Hell
Gin
yeah.
and tonic is his drink tonight. So shout out to you, Wyatt. Good to see you, my guy.
Hell yeah, Wyatt.
Well, we were talking about branding and how you can associate yourself with many things, and almost
Yes.
every time you brand something, you're excluding yourself from something else potentially. And so, to gain any audience, you have to lose another audience. And so, in my particular case, I missed out on an opportunity to partake in one social networking setup because of everything that's on my Instagram as it is right now. And for those that don't know what's on my Instagram, it's usually me interviewing lots of college age women. And at an event that's very family friendly and like kid based, like a race. This is a very like kids like the sport because the longer you're in the sport, the more injured you get. But yeah, they didn't jive well. And so that was like a valuable lesson for me. And so it's important to think about like where do you want to brand? What do you want to brand with? What do you gain from your brands? I'm curious for you guys. What do you brand yourselves as, and what do you think you're excluded from because of it?
Oh gosh. I guess my branding is just streaming in crypto, and really that's it. I guess book club is kind of like something we do second. It's part of the crypto stuff. So very much that's what I've been going for, trying to do the clean cut route instead of like the Gen Z Zoomer streamer hype beast kind of thing. Like, yeah, I put on the suit and tie for stuff occasionally to, try to be taken seriously. So I guess the youngins might look at me. I think somebody, I was on the Pulse Chain. It was at the Hex conference or the Pulse conference doing a legal update. And then someone screenshotted my segment and they were like, look at this stuck up guy. Pulse Chain is clearly dead. And I'm like, all right, I guess we made it. We got haters now. So there's that. And then honestly, just being in the crypto stuff, a lot of people have very strong opinions about it, especially in the what appears to be the bear market now. So some people just won't take you seriously. Other people will be like, oh yeah, might have some interesting insights. You're also not just trying to shield shit coins effectively. So they take me a little more seriously about like the analysis that I do. But as far as that, like, it's not quite what you guys were doing with the whole man on the street interview stuff, because that's just doing some good old entertainment right there, just some good old engagement. So no, I think we've definitely picked a niche over here and we're trying to lean into it. It definitely shoeholes us a little bit because it's like we're not generalists, we're very specifically crypto folks. But I will say I think doing some of the book club stuff does round out the edges a little bit and gets us to have more interesting conversations outside of just finance, where we want to go into like health and wellness, personal growth, and then honestly, some of the stuff we've been doing lately is like philosophy and a little bit of theology, but just philosophy stuff. It's been interesting and fun.
I
want to come back to the whole Pulse Chain thing being down, but Will, what's your branding decision making?
Oh man, I guess if I had to put it in a couple words, organized degeneracy. Like like a lot of the stuff that I've been talking about lately has to do with money, power, law, history, masculinity, bringing people together, being distrustful of like institution stuff, and basically just learning more about power and how to operate in the world. So I suppose my brand operates around a lot of community building and education and like sovereignty stuff. So if I had to like zoom out and like take a big look, that's what it would be. And also having fun and whatnot. So that's thrown in there too. But like as far as the Degen Roundtable goes, everything that we do here is man, I can't even say we, because like it's a little bit of everything. There's a whole bunch of shit going on here. So I don't really even know. But I suppose sovereignty, and education, and organized.
What do you think, if there are any groups that you're excluded from because of the branding that you have?
Oh man, some groups that I'm probably excluded from, like traditional market, traditional economic stuff, people who are locked in the old ways, whatever that might include, So people that are happy with the status quo, I think is the group that I'm not terribly I would probably jive with them because I'm an amicable person, but like as far as my content goes, they would probably reject the ideas of most of the stuff that I talk about. It's my thoughts anyways. So more people that are locked into the system as it exists, whatever you want to define the system as. Yeah, I suppose people who are just happy with the status quo would be the group that I am not privy to jiving with.
Excellent. So Zenith, your comment earlier about crypto being down, Pulse Chain being down, now you have enemies, so we've made it. At what point are we just the people that were wrong?
That is an excellent question. At what point are you provably wrong? Well, I think it's kind of hard for the crypto world, especially like anybody trying to read charts and stuff, because we deal with the world of probabilities. So as long as you're out there, not making like definitive statements about like this thing will do this, if you can show like the trajectory and the reasoning for it, as long as things fall within like your explanation, you're technically not wrong. But I guess the better answer to your question is like, if you are clearly putting money behind something and it is not working, that is the definition of kind of being wrong. So I think just a good baseline is as long as there's no like outright failure, like founder runs off with the money, technology fundamentally doesn't work, no scams, that kind of stuff. That's a very low bar to clear. But as far as like performance, because obviously we are in this to make money, and at this point, yeah, Pulse Chain has not really made money at the aggregate large level. So honestly, you could make a pretty good case that like we have failed, like it hasn't worked. It's been what, 3 years at this point? So like, yeah, you could make that argument, but at the same time, I don't think it's necessarily a permanent thing if it does reverse itself at some point. But even then, you still do have to take the L and take it on the chin and be like, yeah, we wasted 3 years when we could have gotten a much better entry point when it failed before it took off. But I mean, I don't know if there's even a clear answer for you, but there's definitely like these thresholds you can get to about like what degree of failure you get to. And yeah, unfortunately, we've definitely been eating one of those, and it sucks. But at the same time, me personally, and especially, well, obviously we can't give financial advice here on YouTube because we are not licensed financial advisors. But I think even the stuff we talked about, like there's risk in all this stuff, and especially with how to allocate your resources to these kinds of things. It's like I don't think anybody out here has been saying go all in on Pulse Chain. It's the only option. It's like, no, we're gonna try to hedge our risk and diversify because we know the possibilities of what could happen. This is one of them, and as long as you didn't go all in, you probably didn't get completely wrecked.
I've always like, I don't want to go on too crazy.
How is that for a non-answer? Is that a great non-answer for you?
That was a good answer. I wish I would have not gone in all on Pulse Chain, but like the amounts of money I'm talking about, I'm not concerned with. But like, it's kind of funny.
There
now.
you go. How many times have we gotten on here and said that all the money we're putting into crypto at this point, like you should be pretty okay with it just vanishing, because that is the risk that you understand when you get into this world.
100%. Will, you were saying something?
I wanted to like just kind of, I was gonna take us down a rabbit hole of like what even is the giving financial advice. Like that's a thing that people say all the time, but like
no, there's a clear
what
legal definition
does
there.
that mean? Yeah. So there is like a thing, but then man, fucking mosquitoes, dude, they're so fucking big up here in the Northeast. Stay away from the Northeast in summertime if you guys are terrified of mosquitoes. What were we talking about? Financial advice. That's right. Like, I think it's a weird world because everyone always says hashtag not financial advice or something like that. And I think there's like a presupposition of authority based behind that statement where it's like, if a person goes on the internet and then does something based on some sort of financial information that some random asshole gives like while they're talking, and then they like try and sue them or try and get some sort of recourse when X, Y, and Z thing doesn't work out because they heard some talking head on the internet say it. Like the hashtag not financial advice has always been something that amuses me, and it's like I'll give people fucking financial advice, and like good luck trying to sue me. There you can't fucking make a rock bleed, no matter how hard you squeeze it. So it's like there's literally nothing here to get for people. But I've always thought it was an interesting thing, like in just a fun little what's the word, preventative measure that like YouTubers and people get into because like they have large and larger audiences full of dingleberries that will just do something for who the hell knows why reason. Like the larger an audience gets, the more likelihood you're going to get some idiots in there that are going to do some crazy things based on the stuff that a person says. So there is an amount of authority that increases as a person's like content creation and audience level increases. And so there's some sort of legality and some sort of like chain of custody, chain of authority that is tied to that sort of thing, and it's all like tied in with the not hashtag not legal advice, and I've always just found it like quite amusing, and I also don't understand it at all, and so my innate move is just to mock and laugh at the whole thing. But I do know that there is some legal risk there is some sort of thing, but it's like I am I fighting against like a 0.0001% attack vector or something when I say it, or is it a fun thing? Is it a cool thing? Like I have a fun time categorizing it inside of my mind. So I don't want to go too crazy far down this category or down this rabbit hole, but it's always something that I've found amusing is the hashtag not legal advice or hashtag not financial advice sort of thing. Legal advice has to come from legal professionals. So like people that hold bar cards or people that work in like courtrooms or people that are judges or something. And it has to do specifically with like an individual's case. And if you ask like a broad question that like can apply to anybody, then that's not legal advice. But it's like, hey, what should I do in this specific situation that I am in to you, a professional? And then they say like, oh, if I was you, I would do this. Then that's legal advice, And like I wonder like how that transmutes or translates over into the financial world. But anyways, that's just me on my soapbox. So just having some fun over here.
It's funny that you say financial advice because when you say this is not financial advice and it presumes somebody out there does have good financial advice when in reality nobody actually knows anything. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of funny.
There's
Go ahead, Z. You
degrees
got a
to
thought.
it. There's degrees to it, which is like if you are a certified financial advisor, it's a regulated industry for a reason. And the reason is that something went very, very poorly in the past. And people have tried to set up a standard or some sort of certification process to hold people that are willing to enter that arena to a standard. It's not guaranteeing that whatever they say is going to be good, but it's guaranteeing that the person has gone through some sort of prerequisite that people have identified as this is the standard to uphold. This is the general knowledge base that is widely accepted or widely studied, peer-reviewed, proven, all that kind of stuff. But like you said, especially in the financial world, we are working with markets. Markets are not a hard science. They're closer to a soft science, which is that there are trends that we can analyze. We understand general principles and dynamics of things. But just because, like you said, someone is a CPA, a certified financial advisor even, that everything they tell you is going to be gold and it's going to do the best out of everything out there. It's like, no, it's trying to take this like world of almost near infinite possibilities of things you can do and then try to help people understand like a broad segment of it so that people don't get steered down these like really weird, odd paths. But at the same time, though, it's like investment. Investment always comes with risk. When you're dealing with the world of risk, you're dealing with probabilities. And that's just something you gotta swallow at some point. So as many certifications you want to slap on it, there is risk always involved. Yes.
Can we play a word nerd game here for a moment, Zenith?
Go for it.
What is a certificate? What is a certification?
A certification is a recognition by some sort of convening body that says that you have done X thing.
So it's like one of the things that I found out recently is like the I downloaded this app called Etymology Online, which gives you like access to words, and you can find out like the roots and like where different parts of words came from. And basically everything comes from Greek if you go back far enough. But like certification and certificates have to do with an abstract of a thing. Like if I have this piece of paper right here, and this is a silver certificate, or if this is a certificate of gold, then this piece of paper is an abstract of the fact that the gold exists somewhere else. If I am a certified like financial accountant person, then like what that means is there is an abstract of I have received knowledge, and that knowledge exists somewhere in someone's database, in someone's like college books, and some agreed upon whatever the hell. So like a certificate, just to play a little exploratory game here with words. A certificate is an abstract of a thing existing somewhere else. So like a certificate of title, means that the state holds your title. A certificate of gold means the bank holds your gold. A certificate of achievement means that like at some point you did some stuff. It's somewhere else, and this is an abstract proof of like the fact that a person did it. So it's like certificates is like it's evidence that something exists somewhere else, which is just it was just a fun little thing for me to think about. And so like when you take like a person being like a certified CPA or a certified lawyer or a certified I don't know fucking tree cutter downer. Like I'm a certified climber, right? So what that means is that I have, because I like attended some classes that are put on by ComTrain, which is a communications training thing that teaches people how to tie knots and how to climb towers and do ropes and things. Because I have a competent climber's certificate card, what it means is that like there is a governing body that has authority over a whole bunch of people. We're just going to call it OSHA, right? They have a governing body over a whole bunch of people, and they say like you need to follow these requirements, and like we approve these guys to teach these things. And now that I've gotten those approval units from the guys that teach those things, I get the abstract, I get the certificate of competent climber, whatever, or I get the certificate of law, or I get the certificate of financial advising and stuff. And it's all just basically like, hey, someone somewhere is an authority on something, and you give them your authority, and everyone operates under their authority. And they dole out these little permission slips, and they dole out these little like, I approve of you, I approve of you, I approve of you, yada yada yada. So it's like it was a fun little mental experience for me to go through when I was like learning about what the definition of a certificate is, what the definition of a license is, and it's all kind of in the same world. But it's basically just like we give authority to the government bodies, be it the CFTC or the SEC or the or whoever, to determine like, hey, Yale and fucking Harvard and whoever these people, they're allowed to teach people some things, and then as a result of them teaching, they get this quantified metric thing, and then there they go, and then now they're allowed to do things and tell people what they're allowed to do. And so it's just like it's a big chain of custody, it's a big chain of authority sort of thing. So for the people that operate in the world of like, I don't give a fuck about anything, I'm a free person, whatever, and ain't nobody can tell me what I can do, I know my rights, those annoying people, like none of this matters. But for the people who want like some sort of chain of custody, some sort of like, oh, I got into a problem because this authority figure told me something and they were wrong, then now there is a system of recourse. Now there's a system of like a person can sue like a certified financial advisor, a person can sue a certified lawyer, a person can like get into these legal worlds of recourse and rectification whenever something bad happens from somebody that's like a licensed individual or a certified individual or something like that. And here at the DGen Roundtable, we have no certificates, we have no we have no authority, we have no anything. So we're just a bunch of knuckleheads talking about our feelings and things. So I don't know. I've been on my soapbox for a long time. Does any of this make sense? Am I going crazy here? Am I totally wrong? Bring me back to reality, Z.
No, you're not going crazy. I mean, it's kind of like two things here. Number one, we operate inside of reality. Reality is the world around us. It behaves how it behaves. Just because you have a certificate doesn't mean that what you're saying is correct, because certifications, accreditation, all that kind of stuff, that's really just man-made creations. That's part of the social and legal structure we've created for society. It doesn't mean that everything you say is going to be accurate to reality, but if things are done correctly, it means that training, knowledge, whatever it is, has educated you to a point where you understand the things that people have observed about reality, and you're closer to how things actually are. And yeah, it's like I said in the beginning, a lot of the reasons why regulations and certifications exist is because something went very poorly in the past, and people are trying to prevent that for the future, or at least prevent or give some sort of recourse to people that were harmed in the process.
Yes.
Yeah.
I agree.
And it just
it's all basically like one person complained one time and ruined it for everybody,
It's usually more than that, especially like I was a Coast Guard officer. A lot of the Coast Guard's super old. A lot of the stuff we have is usually the result of some major incident that happened previously. So like why we're very specific about life jackets or something is that like back in the early 1900s, there was a cruise ship that was having a bunch of people on from a company for a day in the harbor. They didn't ballast it correctly, so it started to sink and tipped. And then people were like, oh, I'll just throw on this life jacket and it'll save me. Little did they know that their idea of a life jacket at the time was either something filled with something, or it was effectively a piece of wood that looked like a toilet seat that you put around your neck, clipped it together, tried jumping in the water, and then it beheaded you. Or in the other case of we have this life jacket. Well, they needed it to look good, so they didn't have the material to fill it, so they filled it with lead shot, meaning that instead of being a life jacket, it was an anchor. and then those people just sank immediately.
That's
That kind of stuff
hilarious.
is how you tragic, but yeah, it's hilarious how like with the knowledge of today of like just the general education we go through, it's like we understand what buoyancy is. We understand what happens to the human body if you try to like put that wood thing around you, that kind of stuff. And it's
I
even
want
more
to know the
mundane.
dumb guy who like puts on the lead shot filled life jacket and was like, "This is what I need before I jump in the water."
Well, it's probably someone that's never seen a life jacket before. It's
Yeah.
probably someone that doesn't entirely understand what's going on here, and that kind of stuff.
I guess so.
Do they call them float coats in the Coast Guard, Zenith? The things that you wear on the flight deck and stuff.
Trying to think. 'Cause
In the
that's
Navy, they call them float coats. Float coats.
probably, but I think those are also a very specific thing.
It could be. So like on Navy ships, you have different color designations up on the flight deck. So like I wore white because I was combat cargo. You have the guys that are directing the helicopters. They wear yellow. They're the hand and arm signal guys. The guys who are like the little minions who run around and like put the chocks under the wheels and bolt the thing down to the ground. They wear blue. The refuel guys wear purple. The ammo tech guys wear red. And so it's like everybody on the flight deck wears these like very specific colored uniforms so that like just everyone knows what everyone else is doing. So
Yeah, if you see the guys out there wearing red, something has gone horribly wrong.
well on like
That's the fire team. That was my team. I was in charge of leading those guys.
Oh yeah. So red, solid red is fire. Red with a black stripe, I should say, is ammo. So the ammo techs and the fire guys, the what is it? Or ordnance is what they call
Ordnance.
themselves.
There you
If
go,
you ain't
baby.
ordnance, you ain't shit. Ayayas or ayoyas or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, they all wear the float coats. They all wear the big. It's just a big like fucking. It's basically a vest, and it's got like a CO2 container on it, and it's got a dye pack on it, and it's got like reflective strips on it, and it's got basically all the things that you would ever need if you fell into the water. Which, by the way, for those of you guys that don't know, big ocean, little person. So if you ever fall into the water in the deep blue sea, if you're a fucking man overboard and the ship is going forwards, then congratulations. Whatever the ship speed is, like it now has to like do a big fucking turn and try and figure out where you were when you fell off, you know. And plus you're a little tiny human being, like who's to say you didn't get sucked under the ship and into the fucking draft and chewed up by the props and like or the screws, you know, like all sorts of shit. Finding a thing in the ocean, even when you know basically exactly where it's at, is really, really, really fucking tough to do. We did so many man overboard drills, and then there was like a couple actual man overboard. Nobody actually jumped, but some people were fucking assholes and they threw chem lights overboard, which are like, for those of you guys who don't know, a chem light is one of those lights that you like. It's a little plastic and you snap it, and then the chemicals mix together, and then it creates a glowing thing. That's a
Glow
chem
stick,
light.
basically.
A
Yeah.
glow
Little
stick.
glow
Gold
stick.
gems.
Yes.
Gems.
Yeah, man. So fucking people, man, we are going down a fucking rabbit hole here. But like the bottom line up front is hashtag not financial advice. I typed into AI, into Gemini, like, do normal people need to say hashtag not financial advice? And the AI overview says that no, normal people don't need to say it. If you're just sharing your opinion or chatting with friends, the phrase offers almost no actual legal protection. The substance matters. The courts look at what you actually did, not at a quick catchphrase. If you give specific, fraudulent, or negligent advice that harms someone, a disclaimer will not save you. You cannot legally contract out of securities laws just by writing a warning. So it's almost useless on YouTube or anything. But it's like on YouTube, you have to be like telling people, hey, do this exact specific thing. And you have to be like getting a bunch of people. You have to be like basically rabble rousing and directing a crowd to do some heinous shit. So it's like the actual legal standing of saying, hey guys, not financial advice, it doesn't hold up in most courts. When there's an actual problem. So first and foremost, there has to be the actual problem, which is like one person or a bunch of people lost money doing something based on a thing that a person
Damages,
said. Yeah, so damages. So there has and so for damages to happen, there also has to be like a level of authority and a level of sub authority, whatever the opposite of authority is. You know, a person in charge and a person who says yes sir, no problem. So like there has to be a master slave. There has to be a boss and employee. There has to be a father and son or whatever type of relationship that exists and is established and sort of things. And so like that's what the courts are actually looking for. And like, are you deceiving people? Are you engaging in fraud? Is basically what's going on. And so like when we say
That's pretty much the
hashtag
root
not
of most
not
things.
financial advice. Sorry, Z, go ahead.
That's pretty much the root of most things, is that it's not about just like someone spewing financial advice. It's that someone was defrauded or misled at some point, which resulted in actual provable damages. That's really the thing. And a lot of it does boil back to what you're talking about here, which is like, okay, if you're trying to prove fraud, then you have to prove that this person was like knowingly and willingly trying to put out bad information, deceive,
Intent.
effectively steal, that kind of stuff. So like just there's degrees to this as well, which is like if you're just talking to some guy off the street and he's like, oh yeah, you should totally buy like that now the new SpaceX IPO that's coming out this week or whatever. It's like, okay, this is some random guy I met. I know nothing about them. I don't know their expertise. I don't know if they have any sort of professional certifications, that kind of stuff. That in and of itself is probably going to protect that person pretty good. Of just being like, I'm some guy. I said that you should probably do this. It's like, yeah, that's not fraud. Other stuff, which is like what we saw with the Richard Hart trial that we actually went to, is that they're trying to prove a lot of stuff, but even on the documentation and all the websites, the guy's like, I do not work for you. This is not financial advice. There's no guarantee of anything. I'm just putting out this product because I think it's cool and I think it works. And a lot of other people appear to think the same way. That stuff appeared to hold weight in court as well, which is like, there's so many disclaimers and so many things. It's like, look, just because like it goes south doesn't mean that it's fraud. Absolutely not, BLX. Absolutely not. Yeah.
BLX says, so everything I say on this channel is financial advice, right? Absolutely. And you can take that 100% to the grave, BLX. Everything that you see on the DGen Roundtable is 100% financial advice. And we are definitely not some random assholes on the internet talking about our feelings and, you know, just sharing our thoughts and things. We're super duper experts, certified to the nth degree. I've got a certification right here from Labatt Blue Canadian Pilsner.
Canadians have certified that beer is blue.
This is all of the documentation that I need to prove that I am an expert, as well as not only am I an expert in finance and things, but I also happen to be a technical analysis expert. Which Z, I'm gonna use this opportunity. Wow, this page has faded away over the time. All my technical analysis has here's the money, here's the time. It's basically worn away over time. So I guess that's what I get. Z, this is a good opportunity. Oh, and by the way, shout out to Mr. OXINN9. What the fuck is going on?
Sure.
I just heard a whole bunch of loud shit happening. I'm gonna go check on stuff. Z, while I'm checking on stuff, you should take us through a market update right quick.
Yes, I will.
Guys. There's some shit going on.
Alrighty, Will's gone, but it's time to bore Sam. So, Sam, you are my captive audience. Apologies in advance. So, one of the things I wanted to hop on here and talk about tonight is that we are at a bit of an interesting point, or a point that could possibly skew some action for you if you choose to go down that route. What I'm talking about is Bitcoin got all the way down to $59,000. Notably, this is lower than our first drop that we had back in February towards just a hair under 60,000. But also, this is what I'm tracking as marking the end of our 60-day cycle. Came up on day 68. I was kind of predicting that we would end up somewhere around this like 70.5. And then if it got real crazy, all the way down to like maybe this 65 level. But nope, we kept going. And we went all the way down here. Got very oversold in the RSI. But the big thing here is that if you're a trader and you like 60-day cycles, typically what people look at is they're looking for entry and exit points. This could be an entry point, or honestly, this could just be the turnover of a new cycle, which also continues to be a very bad cycle. And we continue to go down even further. At this current point, our moving averages have all started pointing in that negative direction. So it's not looking great the short term, the medium, or the long term. However, people do point out that historically, anytime we get below this 200-week moving average, I have shifted over to the weekly chart, by the way. This is historically a pretty decent little value opportunity here. Again, I love how Will just gave me the whole spiel about saying that not financial advice is not financial advice, but legitimately, we do not provide financial advice. What we're doing is try to look at the markets and try to understand what's going on. And then as far as you purchasing stuff, that is completely on you and me if I choose to make actions here as well. Yeah. Below the 200-week moving average, this doesn't happen a lot, which is why I'm pointing it out as something that's actually happened. It looks like we might be looking to actually close this week below that line. And if that's the case, I have serious bad news for anybody hoping for some sort of rally for like an extended cycle extension of the 4-year cycle to like a 6 or an 8-year cycle, that kind of stuff. It's like, this is honestly probably going to be the nail in the coffin. Odds are if we close below this and then probably put a second week below it as well, because it's showing that the momentum is not there. And can at the same time, like Will mentioned and Sam pointed out earlier, yes, a lot of stuff is absolutely failing or down in the dumps, as you say. And looking at
It's just a discount.
it all depends how you look at it. But honestly, it's not looking great for the weekly on a lot of stuff. Bitcoin down, Ethereum down, Solana down, Hype. This is
Pull up
actually
Pulse Chain, dude. Do it.
I got Pulse X. Here's Pulse X for you over on Dexstream. I think this is the move that you're talking about. This is the weekly chart, by the way.
That's
So
correct.
that little dip that we're looking at is 30%, as you mentioned. So well done, sir. Yeah. I think bear market's here. The real strange thing for me when it comes to the overall macro market stuff, though, for crypto is that if we're still holding the 4-year cycle, it means that we're expecting a low sometime in November, December-ish of 2020 of this year, 2026. And if that's the case, the answer is how much lower do we get from here all the way out till this point, pretty much, because we got a lot of blank space to fill on this chart, and that's a lot of days and a lot of movements that can happen. So how much lower can we go? No one really knows. However, the educated guess is not much lower than our 200-week moving average and all that kind of stuff. So realistically, if we wanted to look at the last cycle low, we're at 15,000. The one before that was like 3,000. And if you want to continue that, we'll just call it a 5x. So, or maybe even a 4. If we call it a 4, that puts it from 15,000 to 60,000, which we have dropped below. So the answer is, I don't think that much lower. If anything, probably just price is going to be pretty suppressed for a long time. And then maybe like a final wick down to somewhere in like the mid 50s or something. But yeah, the whole point of me talking about the market today is like, we're at an inflection point. 60-day cycle just rolled over. I think it's 68 days. There's an argument to be made that we could even see a new low somewhere even further out and lower. But at that point, we're already on day 74. And anything past that, I think is much less probable based on the stuff that I've done, looking at kind of just like the bell curve and normal distribution of how long these cycles are. Getting anything past like 70, 75, we're talking less than like 5% or even like 2% of total cycle lengths. So that's the Z report there for you. Price is down. We hit a cycle low. Do with that what you will.
Hey, that's me. I'm Will.
Yeah, there you go.
I think that we're at the triple
We can go back to the other one if you want.
No, this is good. I like this a lot. This because now I'm just as big as Sam in my I do have to change my camera
There you go.
direction.
Sam, what do you think? Is all that just cope, or am I onto anything at all?
Well, a wise man once told me that everything is framing. So
Fair
Hey,
enough.
I don't know.
I will say this. At the time in my life when I was getting into all this crypto and hex stuff, and I put 100% of everything I had, which wasn't much, into those bags, it was all in the hex ecosystem. It was all Pulse Chain. I would not do the same thing right now. I might sprinkle in an extra because the discount's pretty good, but like, I'm gonna not put more in and potentially learn something from this scenario.
There's certainly a lot of learning that can be done from.
What do you think the lesson to learn is?
Oh, that's a great question. The lesson to learn is that nobody really knows anything. And bro, when I was putting all my stuff into Pulse Chain and Hex, I was just so convicted that's like, oh, well, obviously this is the most true thing in the world. Otherwise, I wouldn't have spent all this money on it. And so it's like, the lesson is for myself, slow down. You don't know anything. Nobody else knows anything. Go do what you do know how to do to make money. Do that. Do more of that. That's
I
my
think that's pretty
lesson.
fair. That's pretty fair.
Yeah. Print value
mean-
where you know how to print it.
I don't know what your situation is, but based on what you're describing to me, it sounds like maybe a secondary lesson on this one is diversification, which is spread the bets a little bit if you're hoping that at least one of them will hit. Because to be honest with you, looking at kind of the after action report of the last 4 years, this cycle was especially brutal for anything that was not Bitcoin. Solana had a pretty good run there. Ethereum did not, and a bunch of
And
other
even
stuff.
Bitcoin was garbage, man. It did a 2x top to top. It did a 4x or like maybe a 5x from, or no, what was the bottom? 25,000
For what,
something?
Bitcoin?
for Bitcoin. Bottom to top.
15,700.
Oh, it's 15? Okay. So
Just a hair under 16.
Okay. So for those that caught the bottom, who caught that falling knife, but it wasn't there for very long. With it was it FTX?
Yeah, thanks.
No, it wouldn't have been FTX because FTX.
It was FTX.
No, dude, FTX went up to 60.
What? Oh, I'm saying the Bitcoin bear market low was created by the FTX news events. That's what I'm saying.
That was last cycle, right?
That's what I'm talking about. Last cycle, yeah, $15,700 Bitcoin
Oh,
in
I'm conflating
late
memories.
2022.
You're totally right. I was thinking like, nah, dude, the bottom was definitely not 15,000. It was like 20 something. But yeah, you're totally right. I am way off. By the way, shout out to Brendan, the anonymous bean. Talked about Hex could have more downside, and the whales still have a lot to dump. Absolutely right. Put in more based on the prices, but also wait to see if there's more downside. Making small weekly Bitcoin buys too. That's the way, man. DCA is the way, and definitely not aping at the top, bro. We were some fucking top signals, weren't we? Like
What?
we kind of launched the DRT and like really rode it at the top. Like we didn't think it was the top at the time. But we were like moving up towards the top. We were in the middle of the bull market of the last cycle when we launched the DRT, because the top was, like 2024, something like that, or we launched it way in the bear. Am I totally wrong here, man? I am Mandela affected.
What are you doing, big guy?
Way in the bear. What am I thinking here? We launched DGen Roundtable right after Pulse Chain launched, right? Or right before? It was one of the two.
I was not here for the launch, so I cannot speak. All I know is that we launched book club October of 2023 or 4. I think 3, I want to say. And then that was probably a few months after I joined. So I joined in probably like June-ish of 2023. And that was definitely bear
May
market
of
or coming out of bear market. Yeah.
I don't know if we had the DGen Roundtable when Pulse Chain launched, but
it was May 2023.
It was pretty close. It was pretty close, because I remember that I was in Vegas when
it launched. I was at Shane's house, so I don't think it happened. I don't think it was the thing.
Okay. I was in Vegas, I think, when Pulse Chain launched. Man, I could have sworn that you would have been there, Sam. I don't even remember. Man, I am so fucking confused. Don't listen to me, guys. Don't listen to me. Listen to these two. They know what's going on. They have better memory. Nah, in the bear. All right, so be it. Okay. And also, like, these guys all do technical analysis, and I do not. So don't listen to me. But basically, I remember riding the highs of Hex being like 12 cents or something crazy, and I just remember like dumping money into it. What was it, right before Pulse Chain launch, I think? Yeah, my entire memory set is based on Hex, not Bitcoin, not Ethereum, not the rest of the market. So there is that as well.
Here you go. First DGen Roundtable stream, July 13th, 2023.
July 13th, 2023. Okay. Excellent. Yes, back when Josh used to host. Oh, man. Josh was a great host. Taught me everything I know.
Why do you think that
first video, June 12th, 2023?
June 12th? Okay. So
Yeah.
June of 23. Wow. So we are, as of like today-ish, the 10th. This is our 3-year anniversary.
2 days
The
away.
Legion
Imagine
Roundtable.
that.
Wow. Book
Wild
club
stuff.
on Friday, which we're covering the Da Vinci book. We deleted 2 or 3 of the first episodes of DRT. Yeah, accidentally. Also, I went through the DRT channel and I deleted all of the shorts. So I am not sorry. Those shorts were garbage. I got rid of them all. I did that like yesterday or
As
the day
someone that has
before.
also reviewed our backlog, yeah, a lot of them were not great. There were a few that were decent, but a lot of them were not great.
I got rid of every single short that was on our channel. There was like 90 of them. And like we were experimenting. What can I say? We were young. We were in college. We were giving it a shot, you know.
You even
is
got rid
the-
of the shorts where Uncle Z was trying to promote book club in front of a stupid green screen background.
I got rid of all of the shorts, man. There are
Yeah,
no
those were
more
dead
shorts
then.
on the DJ Roundtable YouTube channel. And if you guys
Long
want to
live
see
the
shorts
DRT
on there,
shorts.
then I encourage you to make them your goddamn selves and send them to me or to Zenith. So that's how you get
Yeah, we'll see what we
shorts
can come
on
up
the.
with.
I think we used some fucking like cheap AI thing. And you know, to be fair, AI is a whole lot better at making shorts and stuff now. But we used Opus, I think. I want to say I used Opus to make those shorts. It just kind of like it was a hodgepodge. It was young AI that just kind of like takes some shitty mixes. And some of the shorts had some pretty good viewership. There were like 500 views on some of the shorts, which like compared
Let's
to the longer
go.
streams, pretty good click through rate. But it's like, what was it? We were talking about this also yesterday, Sam, weren't we? The click through rate that like optimizing for click through rate.
Oh, yeah.
What, I can't remember what the phrase is.
There's a quote by some guy somewhere, and it says, "If you optimize for click-through rate, eventually you'll just be making porn."
Yeah, at the extremes, right? If you just keep going to the extremes, you eventually get to porn because porn is the thing that has the highest click-through rate or like the highest engagement rate of like you click it, you watch it, you leave. You know, everything taken to its extreme. If you're optimizing to click-through rate, is just fucking porn. So that's the idea. Is like, hey, if you start throwing titties on your channel, if you just start you know having the naked girls run around, and then you eventually get to the fucking, like that's where everything eventually leads to. Taken to its extreme, it's like you're obviously going to refine the process, and then eventually you find yourself at people fucking, and that's where it is. So
That's where the real money's at. You're right.
Well, that was a left-hand turn. Okay.
we launched DRT at the last World Cup. It was before Pulse Chain launch. Okay, so we
Last
launched
World
DJ
Cup.
Roundtable before the World Cup.
That World Cup.
Fascinating.
World Cup 2 or 4 years. I thought it was 4.
Now that might not mean that we had the streaming up, but we did put out videos. I remember they made some videos, and I remember, dude, I played such a small role at the beginning of the DJ Roundtable launch. I was like, dudes, you guys all know things. You guys literally all know things. I'm here because I hang out and because I call people shitheads in the fucking in the chats. Like that was the whole reason that I was invited to the DJ Roundtable. Like the prerequisite telegram is that I was telling people that they were stupid and that they needed to do this, that, or the other thing. And like I literally I don't know fucking shit about crypto, man. I don't know anything about TA. I don't know anything about macroeconomics. I don't know anything about markets. I was just telling people like, hey, this is course material. You need to follow it. So for those of you guys that don't know, our history from the DJ Roundtable comes from the Crypto Mindset course of 2022 and 2021. So like, when 2020 or maybe it was 2022 into 23, it was one of the two. It was like a super course that was offered by Charlie and Miguel. And there was a ton of people in that course. And I remember, you know, talking to Nate the Ascending Man, talking to Jeff Napolitano, talking to the fucking Chocolate Taint and Brendan the Anonymous Bean in the telegrams, and Agent J. And like there was just a fuck ton of people in the courses, like regular old course attendees or whatever, that were just like lost in the sauce. And then there was a whole bunch of us, so like everyone was asking Charlie and Miguel questions, and like There was a handful of us that were answering the questions. There was a handful of us that were saying like, "You guys are retarded. Go look at this thing that they already said. Go look at this thing they already said." I was one of the guys calling people retards and being like, "You need to go look at this thing that they already mentioned." Yada yada yada. There was a whole bunch of people that were like doing this stuff, and so we all like just created a little separate Telegram because we're like, "Hey, you guys basically answer questions. You guys basically do things." And you guys find some stuff. Ooh, Sam, we've gone on a driving binge. This is fun.
Yeah, you're coming with me to
but
the
anyway-
campsite. Keep talking.
Yeah, we're going to the campsite. All right, there we go. So it was a whole bunch of people that were doing stuff, and Zenith was included in this. By the way, he acts like he wasn't part of the original DGen Roundtable launching, which is technically true. You weren't there when we formed our little private zone thing, but it's like, dude, you were like there doing the stuff from the beginning. You were like active. Like we did an interview, you and I. We hung out in Vegas and we did a really awkward fucking interview.
The famous Vegas hotel scene with Will and Z.
Yes, I
remember
dude,
that.
I don't think it's public. I don't know where that video is. I sent it to Cass so long ago. I gotta find it. I sent it to
I remember
Mrs.
Will
McGettit.
coming up to the room and he's like, "Hey, I'm gonna do an interview with this guy."
Yeah,
I remember
it was
that.
A good time. It was a good time, bro. I had Mr. Kitty. Dude, I had to sneak Mr. Kitty into that hotel because they didn't allow animals. And
You
so
put
like
him in
I
the-
hid my
you put him
cat.
in the luggage.
I hid my cat inside the luggage and took him up to the hotel room. And like he was fucking meowing and he was going crazy inside that little like dolly cart. But anyways, so Zenith was there from the beginning. He wasn't like admitted into the like official DGen Roundtable, whatever the hell. Like it's just a bunch of fucking knuckleheads, right? That were just talking shit. And so like after I talked to Zenith and I was like, "Yo guys, we got to get this dude on the DGen Roundtable, whatever the hell. Like we got to get him into our little clubby thing." And everyone's like, "Oh man, should we let him in?" Whatever. And it's like, "Nah, fucking bring him in." And then we brought him in, and basically Zenith has been here since the beginning. So as far as I'm concerned, bro, you are a founding fucking member. You are there since the straight up beginning, because like
Still here,
straight
baby.
up beginning. The straight up beginning Telegram that we had like doesn't even exist anymore. Nobody's going into that little fucking thing. There's like oh man, I'm trying to even remember some of the people that are in it. There was like 20 or 30 people in there, but that doesn't matter. The DGen Roundtable leadership chat is the one that matters. It's got 10 people in it. You know, the 10 people that you guys see at the beginning of every single DGen Roundtable show, even though there's like 4 of us that actually do things anymore. The fucking Will, Zenith, and Brendan. Every now and again, Dace will hop on and Dace will do some shit. That's pretty cool. But like Agent J is gone, Jeff is gone, Josh is gone, fucking Tracker is gone, Cass is gone, Nate's gone. Like,
Still like all these
it
people,
is-
by the way.
yes,
It's just
we
they got
still
other
got
things going on.
Hexagon. We still got Hexagon lost in Asia. I've been
This boy's been here. He's been
Fucking
here.
A, right.
He was probably here
Goddamn
before we
right.
were over in the
For real.
crypto mindset course stuff. He's an
Oh,
OG.
absolutely. Yeah. Black Label Expat, or not Black Label Expat, Hexagon Lost in Asia, and
I want to say
where is he?
BLX is
Oh, it is
one
Black
of the
Label
OGs as
Expat.
well.
Yep.
Yeah.
Black Label Expat and Hexagon Lost in Asia, dude. They've been here like longer than I have. So like, shout out to you guys. Like, y'all should fucking come together and make yourselves your own little show. Like Twinkie and Boogie, they came together and made a show shortly after DGen Roundtable. Like they started doing the tacos and kimchi. They did their cool thing, and it's like hell fucking yeah. They are still deep in the CMC community, and so like big shout out to those guys. They're crazy cool. We got Black Label Expat. Must have been the 21 Q3 Q4. It had over 1,000 students. Yeah, that was definitely the one for the start for me. I think the 21 Q3 Q4. I'm pretty sure that's when I began. But like I was in the CMC community for a long time before I ever did the or before I suppose we ever did the DGen Roundtable stuff. By the way, shout out to Jay Singh. Jay Singh's here in here with the fires and the hearts and the love it amigos. We love to see it as well. Sam, you got to clean your windshield, broski. That thing is dirty.
Yeah, I got some bugs too, bro.
Almost
just
looks
drove
as
10
bad
hours.
as mine. That's fucking nuts, man. Yeah, we launched in 2023. That makes sense. Not World Cup. Okay, but yeah. I don't know. We definitely launched Pulse Chain post, or we launched post Pulse Chain launched because that's what made us want to help people. Yeah. It was like very shortly thereafter with Pulse Chain because I remember Brendan was the one who like empowered me to make my first transaction on Pulse Chain. Fun fact for those of you guys that don't remember, the original Pulse Chain transactions were like 0.000 something pulse, like to get a transaction through, and I had fucking zero pulse because I did no sacrifices, I did no nothing. Brendan just fucking sent me like 100 or 1,000 or 10,000 PLS like when Pulse Chain first launched, and I was like, "Yo, bro, this is crazy cool, awesome, thank you," and then from there, like I helped 3 people, and those 3 people helped people. It's kind of like that whole like pay it forward type thing. But yeah, Brendan was the whole reason that I was able to do some degenerate trades when Pulse Chain first launched. Not that I made good decisions, mind you. I'm pretty sure I made zero money off of all that thing. But shout out to Moondog. Always good to be here with you, Dgens. Absolutely right, dude. We love having everyone here. We love doing the chat shows. We love the community. We love everybody that's in here. Everyone in the CMC, everyone that's in the everyone's in the Pulse Chain space, everyone in the crypto space, period. Everyone that's trying to fix their shit and get better in life, like you're always welcome in the Nation of the Degen Roundtable and in the Degen Roundtable podcast. So it's some good stuff. Z, did you cover everything that you wanted to with the market analysis? I think that I don't know if I cut you off there.
No, you're good. Market analysis, yes. As far as my fun topic, I have not hit that one yet.
Okay, let's talk about the fun topic then, because
all right, we'll talk about the fun topic.
Yes.
Will has dragged me into this conversation a handful of times. It's good old Warhammer 40K, and like the technical analysis, we're at a very impactful point. So the new edition of Warhammer is coming out, and every time they do this, they will launch a new launch box for the set. And it is always, hands down, by far, the absolute best value you can get. Keep in mind, I'm talking about a hobby here, so I'm going to be going through this stuff. And yeah, I'm going to sound a little bit like a crazy person. But as far as 40K goes, yes, I know they've had like 5 price hikes in the course of like 4 years. Screw you, Games Workshop. But it's where we're at. Anyways, if you have ever been interested in playing either Space Marines or Orcs, those are the 2 factions in the launch box. Comes with core rules, bunch of decal stickers, and then more importantly, the 2 decks, which allow you to actually play the game with the missions that you're going for. And they also have these little data sheet cards that are just like things you can hold to remind you of the stuff going on there. But I got to say, as far as the set goes, it looks pretty sick. For the Space Marines, we had a captain, a librarian, a chaplain with a jump pack, an ancient, which, by the way, in British terminology, ancient just means a guy with flag. So if you ever see a Warhammer model with an ancient tag on it, it just means he is the guy with the flag. Then you got your basic troops, some cool guys with heavy guns, some Vanguard veterans, jump pack boys, and you get a land speeder too. It's pretty neat. As far as the Orcs go, this is probably one of the most beloved factions in all of 40K that is not Space Marines, because they're the Mickey Mouse of it, if you will. You get the War Boss, the Big Boss, the Banner Knob, aka Guy with Flag, Pain Boy. The Orcs don't have doctors, they have pain boys. I don't know if they're inflicting pain or trying to reduce pain, but that's what they do. You get the Weird Boy, which is like their psychic guy. You just a bunch of boys with a Z. You get a bunch of Gretchen, which are like mini dudes, and they got the War Track, which is like a tractored tricycle motorcycle. That thing's pretty sick. And you also get the Big Mech Daka Rig, which is like a walker with a giant stupid gun on the front. And then obviously you get all the rulebook stuff too. So if you ever thought about getting into 40K, these things are honestly like your best value that you could possibly get. I even scammed myself by pre-ordering it from the Games Workshop website for $300. But you can actually go on eBay, and people are starting to do this kind of stuff right now, which is just selling secondhand. So you can do pre-orders for $250 for the entire box. Or if you just want some dudes to paint up, I know it's expensive, but if you just want some dudes to paint up, check out eBay. At the launch, people are just like getting rid of the stuff they don't want. Even beforehand, people are doing splits where it's like, if you just want half the box, you can get the entire Space Marine half from these guys as a pre-order for like $100 plus 25 in shipping. Same with the Orcs. So it's like, this is hands down still the best value you're going to get. As far as the Orcs go, you get like 40 models to paint, and tell me, I'll tell you, that's going to take you a good bit of time. So as far as like dollars per time spent when it comes to hobbying, as like building, painting, even starting to play with it, it's pretty high up there when you compare it to other stuff like going out to see a movie or something like that. And then if you don't like these guys, there's still old launch boxes. They're a lot worse value now, but you can still find this stuff. And then that's the last edition from 3 years ago. And then from 6 years ago, there's even some stuff available. So I just wanted to point out, like, look, if you have ever been interested in the Warhammer stuff, because Will has dragged you into a conversation like he has with me on it, this is kind of the time to do it. And even if you don't want that, you can get some intro stuff. Like, you can just buy these little intro sets. They come with like 10 models, a couple of paints, a paintbrush, the clippers, the sprue clippers. And then outside of that, the only thing you need is either super glue or the plastic cement stuff, which is basically just the same price as super glue, but only works on the plastic models. So there you go. I've fielded a few.
Will has
40K
never
questions.
explained this stuff to me. Have I missed something?
I love the idea of Warhammer. I've never got into it, but I don't think it's something that you would be into, Sam.
Look, if you want to play the tabletop stuff, this is how you
too
do
nerdy?
it. If you just, it can be. I'll put it this way: there's probably over 100 books that have been put out in the last 2 decades when it comes to just Warhammer lore and stories. There's also a ton of video games about it. Yeah, if you just want to go play that, you'll have an absolute blast with that kind of stuff. But it's just this IP universe, and there's a lot of ways to get into it. The tabletop is the original way and kind of the most supported way. So I figured I'd just throw that in there because I'm excited for it. Will's asked me about it a handful of times, and a few other folks have asked me about it as well.
I'm so tepidly dipping my toes into it, but I know that if I start getting into it, man, it will just consume all of my free time, and I have no free time. There's too much going on in my life.
He's got
that
a
I
roof to
can't,
fix.
Yeah, I can't launch into it. By the way, that noise
Fair.
that I was talking about earlier that I had to leave the camera for, it was rain. That I thought that it sounded like an AC, like a commercial AC unit had kicked up inside of my residential house, and I was like, what the fuck is that noise? And so I walked over to the door, and it was just fucking rain hitting the ceiling, hitting my metal roof, and it totally threw me off. But yeah, dude, Warhammer, Sam, it is a rabbit hole. But if you want some storytelling, if you want some lore, if you want to dive deep into a fake world of cool things that you can read about and listen to, it's awesome stories of masculinity and triumph and war and fighting and all that stuff. Warhammer is the way to go. So
Yeah,
that
there's
exists.
so much to it. If you just want the stories, you can hop on YouTube. There are tons of lore channels that will just maybe for even an hour YouTube video, just go through the lore of certain factions or a battle or some sort of conflict going on. There's a lot of good stuff.
Man, I had seen Sprue Marine. That's what it is.
Oh, the Sprue Marine? Yeah.
Yes. I wanted to send this to you, Zenith, on Instagram or something. But I couldn't find where I'd sent it to you. But it's basically for those of you guys that are not in the know, whenever you order a plastic model, it comes with this big gigantic frame that holds all of the very specific pieces and parts that you have to break off in order to make the model. And so what some people do is they take the frame that holds the important pieces and they cut the frame in such a way as they can make a stick figure out of. I hope you have one, Zenith. If you are grabbing a Sprue Marine right now and bringing it to the, oh no, you're not. Oh, dang it. I don't think you heard me.
You're looking for this?
Yes, perfect. So what you guys can see right there is there's all the important pieces on the inside, and then there's a frame on the outside. What some people do is they will cut the frame and they will make the frame into stick figures, and they will just use nothing but the frame to make.
Yeah, so they take the sprue and then take a helmet, a hand, another hand, stick it together, and there you go. The old Sprue Marine.
And it's they're it's legal because we're using the kits as designed by the Warhammer.
Hey, this is Games Workshop plastic right here. I purchased this from Games Workshop. These are official GW bits on there as well. Hopefully, it's modeled to an accurate-ish size. But the real thing is that as long as you have the base that is the correct diameter, that is realistically all you need. Oh yeah, we also got this
my shit
over here.
Wolf dying. Oh boy, he's crying. He's really
No,
lost it.
I'm not crying. I would never cry on stream.
I do
Oh my
appreciate
God.
So part of the whole process is you have to like decorate the base and stuff. So obviously we have like the Sprue Marine, which is just like basic paint on there. But like this guy went all out with the base. Like we got little rocks, we got some like fake tufts of grass and flowers. He even painted the base blue. Like this is some high level stuff right here.
Oh my God, I'm so glad that I now know the actual name for it is a Sprue Marine, and that you have like you have these pictures ready to be pulled up on a dime. Oh my God, dude.
There you go. Easy enough. BLX coming in here saying, I've only played the Warhammer 40k RTS, real-time strategy games by Relic, but I'm looking forward to the new one by Creative Assembly. Yeah, they got a lot of great games, whether Space Marine 2 is like kind of like your classic shooter thing, but I want to say it's the Dawn of War series, which is the real-time strategy ones. Those things are great. They're just fun. You can play with buddies. I've done it a bunch. It's just some fun nonsense you can get up to with friends. It's a good time.
Man, Warhammer has a lot of opportunity. That is what that whole franchise is all about. Is opportunity, storytelling, meeting people, community building, geeking out, nerding. Like if you want to become like a nerd on a subject, Warhammer is one that like you can.
It's a deep one.
Just go ham on. If you've got the itch to learn some things about a story and be like one of those guys that's like, well, technically, well, actually, or even just like enjoy great storytelling and enjoy great world building, then like I would put Warhammer above Dungeons and Dragons in terms of like story building.
Arguably, it's up there.
Oh yeah. Now Dungeons and Dragons has more players. Dungeons and Dragons has more history, but like I think that Warhammer has more story, has more like because D&D is very like DIY, do it yourself, like figure it out, you know. But Warhammer is all like, oh, this is the history of these guys. Like, hey, congratulations! I bet you didn't know orcs are actually mushrooms. Like, how cool is that? You know, like the entire species of orc is just a fucking fungus that grows up out of the yeah.
Sam, I got this here for you. There are over 800 books of the expanded Warhammer universe. Warhammer 30K, the precursor to the game I just showed up there, has a monumental 65-book overarching series exclusively for the Civil War that fractured the Imperium and put some Space Marines against each other. It consists of 54 main Horus Heresy novels, 10-part Siege on Terra, which is just one planet, and a standalone novel. The modern Grimdark setting encompasses over 700 novels and anthologies across various standalone stories, whether you're talking about all the different factions from all the different characters inside there. It is massive.
Yep.
Who wrote all those books?
A bunch of different authors.
Yep.
Who wrote?
Oh man!
You
So
can
I
do
asked AI which has more lore, Warhammer.
Yeah,
or
you can do that.
D&D. Oh, it's D&D with, or it's Warhammer, like no holds barred.
Just hands down. Yeah.
Yeah, hands down. So D&D is made by like D&D is all about do it yourself, build your own adventure. Here's some stuff. It's all very homebrew. It's all very like make it yourself. But Warhammer is like, we've got a whole bunch of shit and we've made a whole bunch of stuff. Here you go, have fun. And like Z said, how many books? Z 800 books.
Over 800.
Yeah. Like there's a 60-book series just about the Horus Heresy. For
Sam, to your question though, they have to have a lot of different authors. Some authors do better jobs than others, but honestly, this is not even like super uncommon because I don't know if you guys have ever read any of the Halo books, but there's
tens of thousands of years of history in Warhammer. Wow.
Yeah. There's a plethora of the Halo books for like the video game Halo.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And a bunch of them are written by different authors. And inside of that, there's definitely like hierarchies of like who people think are the better authors for different stuff. So it's like, it's not too crazy to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
How do they agree on stuff, or do they stay out of each other's worlds?
There is always going to be some overlap, but there's usually like the overarching canon of like, this guy said this thing, it was confirmed by someone else, so I'm just going to stick to that. But the other great irony is that Warhammer is full of retcons and things get changed, and it's like, oh no, it was always that way. Like that stuff happens more than you'd think.
Oops.
Fucking nuts.
Yeah, big oops. True.
Oh man, bros, I am like, what a great whiskey Wednesday.
Oh,
I
shit.
had. Oh, what the hell's going on?
Oh,
Where
just
did
hold on to
the
my
pen-
tent.
You what?
You a big guy?
Hold on, I saved it.
Is
Hold
the
on a
wind
second.
taking you away? Oh my god, we
Yeah,
have
it's
you
really
full
windy
screen
up
right
here.
now.
Yeah,
Oh
hold
my
on,
God.
I'm gonna drag it back.
Oh no, it's upside
Oh,
down.
this is great.
We have the turtle.
I love this. What a fantastic whiskey Wednesday.
Thanks,
I had
guys.
I had so zero expectations for tonight, and it has just like it has just been a
appreciate
10,000
it.
x.
I'm gonna take the walls off. I think that was the problem.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
might be the
might
thing.
be.
I see you've got some helpers over there. Good.
Yes,
good.
I have very good helpers.
That is excellent. And you're over at, where did you say you are, Sam, right now? Angel Fire, New Mexico?
We're at Angel Fire.
Okay. Let me Google. I want to Google.
It's pretty
where
close to the
Angel Fire
Colorado
is at.
border.
Oh, okay. Okay. Up on the north side?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm actually not too far from Zenith, right?
Yeah. You're probably like 3-4 hours or three. Yeah, depending on how many back roads you got to take. 3-4 hours.
Yeah, there's not a lot of crazy interstate infrastructure in New Mexico. I will say that. You've got basically what, 40 and 25?
Yes, sir.
That's it.
The
Yeah.
button pushes in. Yeah,
New Mexico.
there you
I'm
go.
gonna look at the. All right, guys. I'm gonna share screen New Mexico. And
guys.
we're gonna look at what New Mexico looks like. Share screen.
Deformed rectangle.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, indeed. Okay, so here we
Flip it
go.
over and see if it still works.
We
Actually, I
have
gotta pull
New
this-
Mexico. We're gonna pull this up.
There we go.
Yep. New Mexico does not have a whole lot of interstate infrastructure. You got 25 going north-south. Oh, I guess you do have 10 on the bottom, right? So Interstate 10, Las Cruces over to...
Thanks, guys.
Man. Where does Interstate 10...
Yeah, how
Oh,
far of a drive
10
am I
goes
from
down to
Zenith?
Juarez. Okay. So Angel Fire, what makes sense to me is that Angel Fire would be up in the mountains, the montañas. Let's see. Capulin Volcano National Monument. Rio Grande del National. Okay, open in maps. We're going to do that. Hey, look at that. New Mexico. Then we're going to search Angel Fire.
Angle
Mexico.
fire.
I'm
I
glad
got
you
it.
guys got to be part of that.
Yeah,
Good recovery, sir.
there's Angel
Well,
Fire.
the funny part is I'm like working on trying to set up the shower. So if that had happened later, oh my
It would have
God.
been bad news.
Oh,
brother.
like while you're naked as fuck.
Well, I'd wear the
Oh, that would
swimsuit,
be
but like,
hilarious.
yeah. Okay.
Okay,
well,
yeah. So Angel Fire is up by Colorado. Yeah, on the northern border. Wow, my internet is there's something to be desired for that. Wow, I'm glad I'm on my will profile and not my fuck you profile. My fuck you profile would have so many markers all over the states of all the different towers that I've been to. It'd just be clogging up everything. Okay.
I believe it.
Oh wow, so it's actually not that far from Taos and Santa Fe National Forest. We got Albuquerque just to the south. Wow, Sam, that looks like a fucking bitch of a drive. So you probably took 287 basically almost all the way up there. I'm
Yep.
guessing.
Yep,
Des
yep,
Moines,
yep.
yeah, there's 87 right there. 87 goes all the way, almost all the way up to Denver, Colorado. So, yeah, 87, then down on 25, then 64, then Bazinga, Angel Fire, New Mexico. So for those of you guys that want to do some mountain biking, this would be
Or
the place
skiing.
to do it. We're going to switch to terrain because terrain's probably a lot easier than satellite. Yeah, there we go.
are you checking out
Slopeside Haven.
you checking out the course right now?
Yeah, we are. So it looks like we've got the Chili Express. Oh yeah, we can see the entire course. So this has all of the. So for those of you guys who have never seen a downhill mountain biking course, this is kind of what it looks like. So you've got the ski lift that brings everyone up. I presume that's a ski lift, right, Sam?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Lower Domingo. Yeah. So we got the ski lift that brings everyone up to the top of the mountain at Summit House, and then
Chili Express
you
is the
can
one that we use for the race.
Southern Express,
Chili Express
Chili Express.
is the name of the lift.
Oh, I don't see Chili Express. Oh, it is Chili Express. Lower Domingo Chili Express. Okay. Yeah, I just had to zoom out a little bit. All right, sweet. But yeah. So anyways, the ski lift brings them all the way up to the top of the mountain over here. And then they ride down any of these little, these dotted trails. And for those of you guys who have never seen a topographical map before, basically this is a mountain peak, and all of these little lines show you elevations. So you can sort of kind of like get an idea looking at that. So there's a ton of different races going down here. You've got, Sluice Box, Glory Hole, Free Flight, Silver Chute, Lower Free Flight.
We're going
Lower
down the left
I-25.
side. Upper Supreme, World Cup, that stuff.
Upper Supreme. Okay.
Yep.
The
The left side from the rider's perspective going down the mountain.
Okay. Bodalicious. Look at that. Bodie.
Yeah, you'll get some cool names of trails on a downhill park.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So anyways, guys, this is what the downhill mountain biking thing looks like. And it's even cooler in real life. So this is what Sam's doing. He's helping out at the race, and he's going to be doing some racing himself. This is going to be a fun time.
And it's live streamed.
Good time. Yes. Yo, Sam,
In
where can
fact,
people watch
I'll put a
all this
link.
stuff?
Let me get a link.
You'll put a link? Oh, that's handy.
Yeah. I'll put a link in the chat.
Angel Fire. I'm going to close down the share screen, bring us back to our normal situation. A link for the folks at home to go check it out. Yeah, so when is this race happening? Is it tomorrow? Is it Friday?
Sunday is race day.
Sunday is race day. Okay. Tomorrow, I got to go to court because I have a summons. Or rather, I don't have a summons. My ens legis, my sole proprietor, has a summons to take me because I let Mama Dog wander around. So I have been notified, or rather, the sole proprietor that I help represent has been notified. So here we go. mcslive.tv. Okay, let's check this out. I'm actually kind of curious.
Yeah, it's a very good website. I'm in category 1.
msclive.tv. Here I type in msclive.tv. Bam. What does MSC Live stand for?
Mountain States Cup.
Okay, Mountain States Cup. Let's see. We will pull up the share screen. We will go on over to there. Bam. Hey, look at that. There's a picture of Sam right there on the front. I'm just kidding. Wouldn't that be cool?
That would
That
be
was
neat.
you. So let's take a look. Angel Fire R1, June 11th to the 14th, 2026. Season opens at Angel Fire Bike Park. Off the air right now. Highlighted athletes. Okay. Are you in this list?
No, I'm not that cool. These are like
Oh,
people
okay.
that travel all over the United States and the world racing.
Okay. We've got Nicholas Nesterov, Liam Sexton, Kaylee Skelton, and Khalil Kem. Those are the people that are highlighted. Let's take a look at the series site. Oh, that opens up a new tab. I don't know what this is. Share this tab instead. Hey, look at that. Angel Fire. Oh, wow. That's a bunch of PDF stuff that I don't care about. So this actually looks really boring from a person who doesn't know anything perspective.
Looking at websites, yes, but racing downhill on a mountain bike, it's pretty sick.
Yeah, racing downhill on a mountain bike is definitely sick.
Will, how would you describe that experience? You've done plenty of downhill.
Yeah, if you guys like your knees and you're not used to them getting smacked around, then don't do it. But if you've got like great elastic knees and you're springy and whatnot, then fucking go for it. But basically, you ride a bicycle down a mountain very fast, and yeah, it's exhilarating. Don't get me wrong.
At
That's
this
how I would
race,
describe it. For the folks at
we're
home.
dropping 2,000 feet of elevation in about 6
Yeah.
minutes.
And it's
Dang.
all hitting your knees. Every single foot of that 6,000 feet is hitting your knees. So
2,000.
yeah, so like imagine you're jumping up in the air, and every time you jump up, you go down a foot, and you land again, and it hits your knees and your ankles a little bit of your ankles, but mostly your knees. So like, just imagine doing a whole bunch of squats, but every time you go down, you're a foot lower, and you just do that 6,000 times, and that's what riding a mountain bike downhill is. So
There you go.
I'm very particular about my knees because I don't have the greatest knees anymore. Thanks to the grand old man Uncle Sam and the Marine
Yeah,
Corps
you and
and
me
whatnot.
both, brother.
Yeah, like my knees are not fantastic, and so when I ride downhill with Sam or my father, I
They
am
make
just
you get
not
on your
terribly
knees a
fond of
lot
it.
in the military.
Yeah, and I also I don't train I don't train a whole lot to like get my knees to be stronger to be able to do this type of racing stuff. That's what you do, Sam. So like so I've taken a lot of damage, and I don't train the things that would be very needed to do this type of thing. And it's not a forever sport, is it, Sam?
What do you mean?
Like, do people like, or no, we were talking about gymnastics last night. That's what we were talking about when people like, it's very demanding on the body. Is downhill mountain biking
Oh.
very demanding?
You know, you could argue that because the bike has 8 inches of suspension between your knees and the ground, it's much more forgiving than gymnastics, because gymnastics is just like impact straight through your
It's
joints.
just you.
Yeah, that was actually someone talking about that on a stream today. It's gymnastics is pretty aggressive on the human body.
Okay.
It was a downhill World Cup girl, and she was like, "Yeah, I used to do gymnastics, and downhill's way better on the body." So now you know.
We're going to check out their Instagram instead.
This time I strapped it to the van, so it shouldn't
Oh,
go away.
you're
There you go. That works.
Here we go again.
here we go.
Will,
they've
Sam, I hate to do this
200
to
followers.
do this to you, gentlemen, but I do have
Take it
to
a
hop
bounce?
off here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, I remember you saying at the
Zenith-
beginning of the stream you were good for 30 minutes, but it has been long past 30 minutes.
Hour and 30
Z,
minutes.
It's been a great time. It's been super fun. Tell the folks at home where they can find you and what you've got going on in the near future.
Folks, find me over on Instagram and X at ZenithDI. More importantly, we'll catch you guys on Friday for book club, where we're doing How to Think Like Leonardo da Vinci. Should be a fun one. And then outside of that, we'll catch you guys here. And everybody wish Sam good luck with his race this weekend. Sounds like it should be a blast.
Oh, thanks,
I
guys.
might try to catch it.
For book club, are you hosting or am I hosting? I can't remember. Is it me?
Pick one.
I don't fucking know. I guess I'll host it. I'll do it. I got it. No sweat.
All right, sounds good.
All right,
All
sweet.
right, gentlemen.
We'll see you
it's been
then,
a pleasure.
broski. Love you. Bye.
See you soon.
Love you. Bye.
Oh, and I accidentally muted myself. The number 1 button on my mouse. I've got one of those mice that gives you all of the buttons on the side of it. So when I hit,
I would like to show you guys. Actually, you can already see in the background one of the campers that just pulled up.
hell yeah, they got a bus.
Yeah.
Are you camping in that tent? Because you've got your bed in your van.
No, the bed's in the van. This is I'm gonna hang out, relax, eat food, and shower zone.
Okay, that's your living room.
This is my living room. Yep.
Got it. Do you have one of those water black bags that sits in the sun shower?
No, well, I mean, I guess I could put it in the sun, but I didn't put it in the sun. The funny thing I'm about to do is this is my drinking water, and I didn't buy more water.
Yeah.
So I'm going to drink the shower water while taking a shower. And that'll be the end of my water supply.
That's a bold move, Cotton. Is
Isn't
there
that great?
more water?
I can go down to the store and get some
Oh, okay.
tomorrow morning. I'll be okay between now and tomorrow morning.
Okay, it's not like you're stuck on a mountain for fucking.
No, this is a very equipped mountain. There's a village like 5 minutes that way.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's like I've done very many homeless people showers. I say that I'm in a home. I am no longer homeless, but yes, I'm very
I
used
would
to.
this is a new kit that I got. It's just a little USB-C charged pump. You throw it in a bucket of water, and then it
Oh,
pumps the water out of the shower head. So like you don't have to sponge yourself. You get a shower amount of water.
you don't need gravity.
Nope, no gravity required. Just this little box.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I've not tried those. I've done the ones that are gravity that you let them sit out in the sun and then they warm up in the sun. It's just a little Walmart like $5 one.
Yeah, I
Good
mean
enough
that's
for
the
me.
way they used to always be.
Hmm
I should also put this on the correct wall. That would be smart.
Oh man, it's a good little.
What does
tiny duck.
what does the Mountain States Cup Instagram look like to you? Is it more
It's
exciting than the website?
nah, boring as fuck, man. Does not entice an outsider at all. It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's fair.
cool, inside baseball stuff. I mean, it explains why they got 1,800 followers instead of 40,000.
I mean, they started with like 100 a month ago, so they're doing pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it's not horrible. It is a number greater than 0, so I can give them props for that.
Yeah, they got more than me.
They are doing the thing. So we'll see how it goes. But like this is all brand new for them, right? Like this whole
Yeah.
Like they're trying something totally
They are
new. They're
starting
like,
from scratch right now. Yes.
yeah, it's pretty
Like
nifty.
we were assembling canopy tents today, and they were like figuring out that the canopy maker didn't give them all their parts,
Oh shit.
and so
Yo, where's Gaines by Casey? He'll sort them
Yeah.
out real quick.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Shout out to Gaines by Casey. Being a tent setter upper up in New York.
Yeah,
You
he
guys
could
ever
probably do a
need
better
tents?
job than me because I just lost my
Tents
tent.
and party stuff set up in New York. Fucking hit up Gaines by Casey. He is a party tent setter upper professional. We
Oh,
were actually just texting about that earlier today.
were you really?
Fucking nifty. Yeah, dude. Yeah, we talk about business and things. It's a good time. A good time indeed. Oh, I see in the private chat that Zenith says he has to hop off shortly. Ah, yes. Yes, he did indeed. Oh, man.
All right, I'm
What
gonna
a
put
great
my...
Whiskey Wednesday. What a great time. Folks in the comments, let us know your thoughts. Let us know what you think about Angel Fire, New Mexico. Let us know what you think about downhill mountain biking. What you think about
old Susanna.
cool. Man, what do we talk about? Oh, Susanna, don't you cry for me.
Yep.
Just kind of hanging out at this point. It's gonna be a good time.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a fun
I
time.
think so.
Mm-hmm.
There was the original topic of the conversation was about branding.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Do you ever think you might change your brand, Will?
I asked ChatGPT to tell me about my brand, and bro, it gave me a very long. ChatGPT knows a lot about me. Like, I'm not
You've
gonna say
probably-
uncomfortable because I spoon fed it everything, but like cleanest personal brand sentence. Will is a Marine veteran, tower climber, and DGen Roundtable host, learning money, power, history, and crypto in public with jokes, whiskey, and zero trust in official narratives. It's like, yeah. I mean, it's not any sort of like private information, but like, yeah, ChatGPT is pretty good. I didn't ask to become a philosopher. The money printer made me do it. Oh my god. The themes you keep returning to are money, who controls it, who benefits, who gets robbed quietly, power, what is government actually doing versus what it claims, self-education, what books should regular people read to stop being helpless, brotherhood, how do we build a table of people sharpening each other's iron, absurdity, how do we laugh without becoming passive, responsibility, how do regular people get stronger, smarter, and harder to manipulate. So those are the themes: money, power, self-education. So autodidact, brotherhood,
Well, that's a
absurdity,
big word.
responsibility. Yeah, autodidact. I had to look that one up. It just means a self-taught person. Like I had to click out into a separate tab to look that one up. But Avoid branding yourself as an expert. It's not your strongest angle. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Personal taglines for Will: Marine vet, tower climber, degen philosopher. Learning the machine so it can't eat me quietly. Blue collar brain gains for Clown World's economy.
What?
Oh my god, dude, ChatGPT is so crazy. Not a guru, just a guy doing the homework. Working class pirate in the information war. This is ridiculous. It's even giving me like X bios. Man, all sorts of shit. The regular working man who got suspicious, started reading and building a table for others doing the same. Huh.
Are you a regular working man?
I mean, sort of, kind of. I don't know if regular is the right word.
Towers is not regular.
Towers is not regular. Fuck it. We'll go with it.
Well, you are like, blue collar, just a guy putting things together.
Man, the final sentence in the entire thing is Will is the captain who learned to read the map after realizing that the bankers owned the ocean. That's fascinating. Fascinating to me anyways, because it's about me and I feel great. And like, dude, I use ChatGPT so much to build Degen Roundtable shows, like every single thumbnail, every single article, every single book club, every single everything. It's all just getting ran through ChatGPT. So it is definitely seeing a lot of the stuff that I do in the world of the content creation. What it's not seeing is like the stuff I do in my personal life and the stuff I do in my professional life. It's only seeing the Degen Roundtable stuff and whatever queries I have outside of that. But it's quite fascinating. So I don't know. What do you think about your brand, Sam? Have you rethunk it at all? You think your brand is where you want it to be?
I think it's yeah, like I would basically just need to come to the realization that like I would need to intentionally limit the spread of the brand. That's essentially that's what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like, well, maybe I'm just the guy that races bikes that has a whole bunch of women around that, ooh, like, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
But so the reason that you got turned down for interviewing the bikers is because you had the women interviews, right?
Yeah, specifically young women.
Yes.
Yeah. If they were a bunch of old women, it probably wouldn't have mattered because it doesn't make the same kind of statement.
Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't. You think is there like I don't want to say exploitative because it's not exploiting because they freely engage in the whole thing the whole time. What would the word be?
I don't know. What's your question?
My question is like something based around these bitches be crazy. Why are you asking them questions?
Oh, I'm asking them questions
like-
because I want a huge social circle of women so that I can introduce them to other dudes and social network better, and so that I can know them to have friends and have people to hang out with.
Yes. Yes.
And
yes.
the more
it's all
and
part of-
the neat thing about doing it the way that I'm doing it is that it's particularly effective with women.
Oh yeah. Very much so. Not terribly effective when it comes to mixing that with interviewing cool bikers and guys. I'm trying to think like because the homie biker guy that runs the event, he basically turned you down because of the interviews that like is on your Instagram. Did you give him like the Roundup Instagram? Did you give him the Sam Stevenson Instagram?
No, it didn't even sound like he was aware of that one, but I did mention it. But it's like I have photos of me interviewing girls dressed, quote, slutty at Northgate, and pictures of it all over my Instagram. And now I'm going to go around meeting a bunch of families interviewing people, potentially young kids, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then like that all goes on the same place, and then the parents see that and they're like, who's this dude talking to my kids? You know?
Mm,
And like that's
okay.
if that's their only impression, they're going to make assumptions.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's the main sauce.
Yeah, I'm still like one of the things that I mentioned for the folks at home that don't know. One of the things that I had mentioned to Sam before we went live is like why can't there just be a separate brand? Why can't there just be a separate interview thing? Like I enjoy interviewing people. I'm gonna make this brand new Instagram page all about interviewing bikers or whatever the heck. Like, would that be
I
totally
totally could
crazy?
if it was completely disconnected from all of my other social media.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that defeats the point of the social media. The point of the social media is to build the social network.
Well, I mean, you could build two separate networks that don't have anything to do with each other, you know.
I guess so. That works until it doesn't. Like
I suppose so.
people are
I
gonna
mean,
find out.
you're just the guy that does the interviews, you know.
Yeah, I suppose so.
And like
That's a good
you
question.
could perhaps
I don't know.
post the interviews on your page, and you could post the bike interviews on your page, like as a repost, and you could post the girl interviews on your page as a repost. And you're the
I mean,
guy that does all the interview things, but there's like
yeah,
this
maybe.
one world and there's this other world.
But it could just be that it's my face.
Oh, yeah.
Like my face is very much part of it.
It's like, look at what else this guy does. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah, yeah.
much.
I
pretty
suppose
much.
if you had an OnlyFans where you were going around fucking a bunch of broads or something, it would be basically the same. It's
Yeah,
like, nah, we
yeah.
don't want this OnlyFans guy interviewing our bikers.
It's the same reason that like teachers get fired for getting found out with OnlyFans. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, this is a image that we don't want our school portraying.
People know what you look like. Congratulations, you're out.
In many ways.
Yeah.
In all of the ways.
Yeah, it's true. Up, down, left, right, all around clear. Sam,
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and end the stream, and I will call you here in a moment. But this has been quite good for the DGen Roundtable and whatnot. Do you have anything to say to the folks at home before we start making our closing statements?
Yes.
God damn it! What do you have to say? I was quite positive that I could outlast you.
I don't have anything to say. I see.
Oh, you don't have anything to say?
There's no cost to me waiting longer. This is your show.
I know, I realize that. So I am the one that's at a deficit here. Where can the folks find you, and what do you have going on in the future?
They can find me inappropriately on Instagram at sam.d.stevenson, causing chaos. And yeah, if dudes want to follow me and be cool, then maybe one day I'll get to meet them and introduce them to some attractive women. That's what I'd have to say.
It'd be quite fun, I will say. It is quite fun doing interviews with Sam. I'm gonna pull up a share screen now.
Will, did I show you
because-
that we actually used one of your interviews that we never posted on
really?
the Roundup live stream we did with Mark?
No kidding. So it's
Yeah.
quite fun doing these interviews with Sam. Going about and doing the roundup and hanging out and chatting with people. It is so much fun. It is so much fun.
The one I used,
Highly
Will,
suggested.
was the couple that was like, what's the secret to staying in a relationship? And the dude was like, I just whip out the credit card, and the girl was like, he's got a nice dog.
Yeah.
That's the one I
my
used.
God.
It was a good one.
That's great.
And
I love
honestly, it gave me the idea. Every other panel show, I can use my own content. I can react to my own questions and what people say on the street. So it's like it could be totally in house, which gives me full control, which is kind of cool.
that. Yes.
Anyway, we get on the stream. Thanks, everybody.
It is the way to go. Yep. Go check out Sam at what is your new Instagram now? It's not
At sam.d.stevenson.
at sam.d.stevenson. Let me see if I can pull that up right quick, fast, and in a hurry, and it doesn't look that I can. Yeah, my internet is. Oh no, I do have it. I do have it. We're gonna go to Sam's. We're gonna go to Sam's Instagram. So go check it out. Oh, he is live right now. He is actually doing. He is offering this very stream live on his Instagram. So if y'all want to go check out Sam,
Yeah,
you
check
go
out the stream
on
Sam's
over
doing.
here. This is what it looks like. This is Sam's Instagram page. This is the thing that gets him not allowedness on the biking stuff, is chatting with cool chicas and hanging out with fun people. There he is wearing the Bad Idea t-shirt. I fucking love it. It's great. But yeah, and there's some biking stuff and all sorts of fun things. So go check out sam.d.stevenson. It'll be a great time. You guys can hang out with him and do cool things and chit chat and be on his lists. And if y'all want to find me, then you can go to the DGen Roundtable Telegram. Up there in the top right hand side of the screen, there's a little QR code. Just go ahead and scan that. For those of you guys that aren't already in there, just go to t.me/DRT join now. And good enough for who it's for. Like we were saying earlier, we have book club 2 days from now that I just found out that I'm hosting. So we're covering how to think like Leonardo da Vinci, and I got to figure that out. And then tomorrow I'm going to court because fucking Mama Dog did some wandering and I didn't keep track of her. So now I have to go and answer on behalf of my Ens Lieges, my sole proprietorship, and go hang out. So that's what we got going on in the near future. You guys can always find us here every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, streaming live starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. Again, youtube.com/@DGen Roundtable. And with that, I want to thank you all for spending your valuable time with us here on the DGen Roundtable. As Agent J used to say back when he was still around, as we like to say in the DGen Roundtable, we know that time is your most valuable asset, and we appreciate you spending that asset right here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Will Stevenson. His name is Sam Stevenson, but more importantly, you have been watching the DGen Roundtable, and I'm the producer, and so I'm going to go ahead and get my trigger finger ready because it's time to remind all the folks at home to remember to DGen responsibly. What in the fuck? It says we're still live. The fuck's going on?
Are we?
Why are we live? It was supposed to end.
You're stuck.
What's going on? All right, we're going to remove the outro video. We're going to remove the intro video. Oh, we're going to do it now. This time for real. There you guys go.